Hey guys, it's Mr. Flanagan here again, ready for our next set of notes. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. And let's get into some sweet math. This is the triangle proportionality theorem. It's the idea that you can kind of show signs or sides are proportional, uh, given that we have some parallel lines. If we don't have parallel lines, it's not going to work. So if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, then it divides the other two sides proportionally. And to make it a little easier to understand, this is the idea that, let's look right here. If we know these are parallel, and we do because of these little triangles right here, we can say that if we divide A by B, that will be equal to C divided by D. And to put that in some reference, we can solve for x here by saying, okay, because these two lines are parallel, x divided by 3 should be equal to 10 divided by 4. That means we have to cross multiply 3 times 10, giving us 30, and x times 4, giving us 4x, which means x is equal to 7.5 when you divide both sides by 4. That is the triangle proportionality theorem. And then there's the proportionality converse. If a line divides two sides of the triangle proportionally, then it's parallel to the third side. So we're not given that DE and BC are parallel right here. We have to determine if they are or not. And the way you have to do that is determine if the scale factors are the same, just like we did in the last time. So what you have to do is say, okay, this one, this small triangle side plus, so take the small one, 16, and add 16 and 10 for the large side, so that's 26. That's, again, 16 plus 10, because that's the whole side right here. That's 26. That should be equal to this 24 right here over this whole side, 24 plus 15 being 39. When you do this, you can cross multiply to see that 624 does equal 624. Again, we're multiplying 16 and 39 and 26 and 24. And those are equal. And because they're equal, we know the triangles have the same scale factor, which means DE is parallel to BC. So we can prove these things are parallel if we know the sides are similar and they have that same scale factor. Then the triangle proportionality theorem cannot be used for the proportional segments. So you can't just find Z with 8 and Z. You have to find X first. You have to find this X right here. Again, you can't just find Z. With this triangle proportionality, you have to find X. All right. So let's assume we have L, M, N right here. These three lines, and we know they're parallel. We know that there's two lines cutting through them, but these three lines are parallel lines. We know that this line right here in green, 18, we'll call that LM subset 1, should be divided by this 4 right here. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, should be divided by that 4. And that is LM2. And that proportion should be equal to 3y. MN1 and MN2. 2. So that's this and this. So let's look at that. We have LM1, 18, over LM2, 4, so the top line divided by the bottom line. That should be equal to 3y over 2, top line divided by the bottom line. And we can just cross multiply. 18 times 2 is 36, and 4 times 3 is 12y. We can divide both sides by 12 and get y equals 3. And last but not least for this one is the triangle angle bisector theorem. And this is saying that if any ray bisects an angle of a triangle, bisect meaning that it creates two congruent angles, then the ray divides the opposite side into two segments that are proportionate to the two sides of the triangle in the same order. Doesn't mean they're the same, but it does mean that they are proportional. So the idea behind that is saying that if I know this line right here cuts this and makes two identical angles, these are the exact same angle, it doesn't matter what they are as long as they're the same, we can say that A divided by B should be equal to C divided by D. Or I could also say A over C is the same as B over D. This is the one I'm going to be using here because I think it's a little easier. And we're going to solve for x. So I know these cut completely even. And while 2x and 4x minus 1 aren't necessarily the same, they are proportional. So I can say 20 divided by 30 should be equal to 2x over 4x minus 1. What I can do to make the problem a little easier for myself and for you guys, I know 20 divided by 30, I can reduce that to just 2 over 3 by dividing them both by 10, making my life a little bit easier. Now I just want to cross multiply. 3 times 2x is 6x, and 2 times 4x minus 1 is 2 times 4x, which is 8x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides to get negative 2x equals negative 2, which means x is equal to 1. And that's it. I hope you guys have a good day. Again, practice your work, do your homework. That's going to let you practice and get really good at this. If you have questions, let me know. I'll let the sub know. And rewatch the video if you need to and do the problems on your own. Have an awesome day, guys. I'll see you later.